guys, welcome back. It's Mel here. Today's video is going to be another one of those videos, a shorter, quicker video of me just playing around and doing my makeup with products I already own. I'm trying to create videos with makeup that I already own and keep showing you guys the same products so you can really get a better feel of how they work, and even I get a better opinion on those products because I'm using them more often. So I just dug into my makeup collection, pulled out a few things that I haven't used in a while, and we're gonna do some makeup today. If you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. I do all things beauty, and let's just have some fun. Let's dive in. Got some crazy hair today because I fell asleep on semi-dried hair. Try not to do that, but hey, it happens. And it is early morning today that I'm filming, which is unusual, but I just wanted to get my makeup done for the day so I didn't have to do it later on. And the drink of the video is water. I love this little Awala water bottle. My first bottle is already down. Trying to stay more hydrated. And I'm just gonna take my little eye patches off. My eyes are set for the day. Okay, for our base today, I'm gonna go in with this Glow Recipe Strawberry BHA Pore Blurring Drops. I'm pretty sure I probably showed this a few times on my channel. The reason I want to use this, because it does do a pretty good job at blurring my pores, is the foundation we're going to use is the Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. I have a full review on my channel, but the more I've used this, the more I've learned about it. As I'm applying this, I will talk about this, but just to sum it up, I feel like it really exaggerates my pores, so I want to try it with a really good pore blurring primer. So if you're new to my channel, I do have a lot of redness, a lot of texture, and really big pores. I'm healing from the acne scars, and right now my skin is combo, so I get oily in the T-zone. And this primer I really enjoy. I feel like it does a really good job of blurring pores, making them a little smaller. And what's nice is it doesn't have like that weird velvety silicone texture. It feels really nice and moisturizing. Gives a little bit of a tack. So we'll go in with this foundation. I have it in the shade 145 Light Cool. Now this is a stunning foundation. If you have perfect skin and you want like a beautiful skin-like glowy, beautiful foundation, you will love this. But if you have oily skin, I don't know if it'll work for you. If you have a lot of textures and pores, I feel like this foundation just sits on top and just exaggerates everything the more and more I use it. And I just don't love how it wears throughout the day. But let's start to apply. It's beautiful though on the skin. Like, it is just a really beautiful foundation. This color is really good for me. It's like a perfect light olive undertone, which is really hard for me to find in foundations because yes, my face is pale, but my body has like a slight undertone to it compared to my face. What's really nice about this foundation, it comes with a pump. It's in a beautiful glass bottle. Applies so nice with a brush or a sponge. Yeah, and this foundation is beautiful. It just doesn't really work for my skin in my opinion, but maybe using a blurring primer. I don't know if I've used it with a blurring primer. I bought this and honestly only used it a handful of times just because, I don't know, it just never kind of sits well on my skin for me. So let's try it with that blurring primer and hope for the best. And it is a really nice buildable formula as well. It's supposed to have like skincare products in it as well. I just did a nice light layer. I'm not going full coverage today. I just went light, breathable makeup and didn't really want to pack this on. But yeah, as you can see, maybe you can't see it through the camera, but I can see there's just beautiful glow, but it looks like my skin, like very nice. But right here, I just feel like my pores look so exaggerated, look so much bigger and emphasized. And again, I have a lot of texture, so anything that's glowy or shiny is really going to show a lot of texture. I do have some like breakouts kind of forming as well, but probably because it's the time of the month, I'm hoping. All right, let's move on. Next, I'm going to go in with concealer. This is the Tarte Creaseless Concealer. I always forget about this in my collection. I have this in the shade 20N Light. I do have very dry under eyes. This is like a weird texture, I feel like, but I'm pretty sure I remember liking it. It's kind of like thick in a way. like I'm not centered, so sorry. I don't know what's going on today. I feel like I should probably turn down the brightness. Am I a little washed out? Because the sun is finally coming out today. It is the last day of February, and today is going to be like 50s, in the 50s here in Pennsylvania, and I'm so excited because it's gonna feel like spring today, and I just cannot wait. I cannot wait. We've had a lot of snow this winter and a lot of cold, so spring can come now. The sun is peeking out, so my brightness, I needed to tone it down for you guys. Okay, concealer's on. I kind of want to put a little bit more in my dark circles. I'm not using my under eye corrector brighteners today. Let's try without. Lately, my under eyes have just been aging, very aging quickly. That looks pretty good. Skin's looking super glowy. Under eyes look pretty good. I'm liking that. For cream bronzer, I'm gonna go in with the Tarte Sculpt Tape Contour Wand in Cool Bronze. I've always enjoyed this. It's definitely a more liquidy formula, more sheer, but I just really like how that applies, and I don't know, I've just always enjoyed using this product. Very simple, user-friendly, blends out great. Blends out pretty sheer. It is kind of messy though when you have to go close it. I feel like it's always kind of messy, but these kind of products always are. So now let's blend this out. Hopefully my nose doesn't get too crazy. And it's just so easy to blend out because of how liquidy it is. All right, so yes, it blends it out to a more sheer finish, but I think that's why I like it, because you can't really overdo it. But if you like a lot of bronze, this is probably not the product for you. I just like how sheer it is for days where I want to be more on the natural side. And you can obviously build it up. I'm going to take some of this from my nose and add it back to my cheeks. Our nose is going to be really bronzed. I'll go back in with my brush to fix that. Foundation brush, and just kind of pat that to make sure nothing looks so muddy, even though I feel like I always look muddy. For cream blush, I'm back to loving this. I mean, I've always loved it. Just sometimes I just throw things in my makeup drawers and then forget about it. But this is the Merit Blush Balm in the shade Cheeky. So it's this really pretty flushed, it's going to give you this really pretty rosy flushed color. I love this formula. It definitely is like a more balm-like blush, but it is just so beautiful. Blends out wonderful. Now it is going to be more of that glowy blush product, but I just love the formula and the color so much that I don't really mind. You know, it picks up my texture, shows my texture a little bit more, but I just love this color. Love the formula. I know some people don't like this packaging. I like it. I feel like it's small, easy to travel with. I don't know. Never really had to twist it. Does it twist up? Oh, you push it up, I think. I'm not going to do that. I never really had to, because even though I've used this a lot, there's still plenty there for me to dab my brush on. Buildable, beautiful. This color, again, is cheeky, and I just love it. Sometimes I take whatever excess on my brush and just put it up here just to give a more cohesive look. For powder, I found this little mini Laura Mercier, I think it's the original translucent loose setting powder. I want to try this out. Let's try it out. I've been using a lot of pink powders that I'm like, let me go back to some translucent to see what it's like. I'm going to take a little on my puff, put it on the back of my hand, pat it out. Let's do this. Sometimes I feel like with pink powders, they can alter the color of like my concealers, I feel sometimes. So that's why I'm like curious to try a translucent again, because yeah, like I feel like it doesn't change the color of my makeup as much as like a pink powder. Now, yes, the pink is supposed to be a little more brightening, but I feel like sometimes, depending on the color combination, I feel like sometimes it can make it look a little more dull in my opinion, but this I like. I might get maybe one of my favorite powders, like that L'Oreal one in the light pink. I might get it in translucent, and just to compare. I like this. Very blurring. Smoothing. Doesn't look super powdery. I'm gonna take whatever excess in the cap with a big fluffy brush, and I like to do this on my neck to like set any like foundation that I dragged down my neck, and then I kind of just spin it all over my face to get a light dusting and to remove any excess. Kind of buff it out very gently with a big fluffy brush so you don't disturb any of the makeup underneath. I remember loving this back in the day. This is by Essence Kissed by the Light illuminating powder, but probably pretty old. But this is in Sun Kissed. It's gonna be like a glowy bronzer. Let's try her out. Do just to add a little more warmth to the skin. Ooh, that's a nice shade. A little bit of glow. Put some here on my eyelids and connect it. Just a nice light layer on the nose. Can't wait for my sun-kissed looks. Now that the sun is soon gonna be out and more light and warmer weather, I feel like I can do a little more sun-kissed looks. Gonna build it up a little on the cheeks. Again, we're going for a light look today. For our blush, I'm gonna use this. I really enjoy these NYX Buttermelt blushes. They are just super pigmented. They have to be careful if you're more on the fair side. I can't get this open. This is in the shade Getting Butter. Beautiful. Beautiful. It has really pretty shimmer in there, so it is a more shimmery blush. I'm gonna try to go very light-handed. These can get intense very quickly. Ooh, I do like one swipe. Ooh. See what I mean? And yes, they have a lot of glow on them. Super pigmented, so just be careful. Like, see how much, and I barely packed that on. So what I'm gonna do is place it where I want it, and I'm gonna take a different brush just to like buff it out and disperse it and soften it, just so I don't look so clowny. All right, that looks super uber duper good. Just made myself a protein coffee. Okay. For brows, I usually use my ABH Brow Wiz pencil and set with a little glue. Today I figured I'd try my NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen. Love this product. I just haven't been using it lately, so I want to try it again. Since my brows are growing in, I've been liking a more softer look, more natural look on me, kind of keeping my thinner brow. So let's go and fill them in. This is in the shade Ash Brown. My favorite thing about this brow tint pen, as you can see, I made the hair like strokes. They're not perfect, but if you take a spoolie and brush through them, it softens the brow hair strokes, which is super, super cool and very forgiving for someone like me who is not very good at brows. And always go in with a light hand to start. Little small strokes, because you can always buff it out and then build it up. This can get intense pretty quickly if you have more sparse eyebrows like me. Wow, okay. That was quick and easy. They're definitely cousins and not sisters. And then I'm just going to set them with my normal brow gel, the Rare Beauty, just a light layer. Just to tame the brows, not really do any kind of laminating or like pressing down, just a light layer. So let's go in with this Tarte XL tubing mascara. This is just a mini. I love this mascara. I would definitely get this in a full size. I think it comes in brown too, which would be really great. The length and separation this mascara gives is so beautiful, but like once it dries down, you really can't go in with another coat or it will get like clumpy. But for me, since I have really decent lashes, one light coat is plenty, especially just for the day, running errands. Could have probably curled my lashes to get a little more lift and a little more curl. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna let this dry down. I forgot I want to use my Makeup by Mario Master Pigment Pro Pencil in Plum. I've actually been liking this. I want to show you guys. I do a nice little light buffed out line. I think it's super cute. So my camera's about to die, but I'm gonna let this mascara dry and then we will put this on. And then we'll do a lip and call it a day. Also, I just want to note here, I'm sorry about my background always being crooked or never in alignment. I need to invest in a new camera tripod because this one is so broken. I have just been putting it off, but it drives me nuts every time. I really just need to get a new tripod. So my background is not a mess every video. All right, let's go in with this Makeup by Mario pencil in the shade Plum. I really love this formula. I had the cap left off by accident in my little makeup bag, and I think it just, the tip kind of dried out. So you kind of have to make sure you keep the cap on, and then if that happens, just work the tip down a little to get that pencil fresh again, so it's a little more creamy. So what I've been doing is just on the edge. Again, it's really creamy and it buffs out beautifully, but I love that once it's set, it will not budge. This is a really pretty color. And I love the little brush on the end. Helps just easily buff that out. Usually I would do this before mascara, but again, I wasn't thinking, and my brain can be all over the place sometimes. Oh yeah, see what it's doing to my lashes. Definitely recommend doing this before mascara. You just build it up on this side. And again, it's a little more stiff than I remember because it accidentally dried out in my bag. So keep the cap on. So ignore the lashes because they're gonna be like kind of crusty now because I really kind of messed with them. That looks pretty even. It's not the best because I don't want to keep messing with it and messing up my lashes, but I just love that little cute purple plum effect. And usually I do a little better job of buffing it out and everything, but again, my lashes, a crusty mess now. Gosh darn it. That's alright. Good thing I'm not really doing anything important today. Maybe I'll put a little under here to see what it does. Trying to make it a little more cohesive. That's cool. If we want to try this in another color, like a brown, I think would be really great. But yeah, the formula, I just love how easy it is to work with. And you can buff it out. You don't have to buff it out, but I just preferred a softer effect. And I just really, really like that. I think it's a really nice product. I'm not obsessed with this color, but I feel like if I got it in a really pretty brown, I'd be super obsessed. And the formula is great. Okay, let's move on to the lip. Okay, I'm gonna use this NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencil in Dance Fever just to do a light outlining. Never realized I had that product in my collection, but do these still exist? That's really nice. It's kind of like a 2-in-1, a lip liner and like a soft matte lipstick at the same time. That's neat. And then I'm just gonna go in with this Fenty Beauty Cream, Gloss Bomb Cream. I love this one in the shade Fenty Glow, like a very pretty nude rosy color. I'll just add that on top. It's a nice light layer. I'm gonna mesh the two together for a very simple lip. Alright guys, so that's the completed look. Just playing around with some makeup. Just very fresh skin. You know what I have to say is my pores actually look very good. And I think that's from the Glow Recipe Pore Blurring Primer and that Laura Mercier powder. That has done wonders. Now we'll have to see how well it lasts throughout the day. If my pores become super enlarged and exaggerated again, like it usually does with this House Labs foundation, I will leave an update down below for you guys. Maybe I can use this foundation. I just have to use the right primer and powder with it. As you can see, there's still a really nice, natural, beautiful glow through it. Doesn't look like I'm wearing foundation, which is always so nice. I mean, maybe a little around the dryness areas on my lip, but that's about it. Again, it is a beautiful foundation. It just hasn't worked recently for my skin, but maybe this is the magic combo. So again, I'll leave an update down below for you guys about how it goes throughout the day. But yeah, it was just fun playing around with some makeup. Again, I'm going to be doing these videos more often for you guys, just so you can see the products I show you multiple times. And it's also nice for me because I find products I already own that I'm like, I've used this once and I've stopped using it. Why? Like this little pencil, this little matte lip pencil is amazing. Like, didn't even realize I had that in my collection. So it's just so fun to rediscover fun products in your collection that you already own. So I encourage you, instead of getting sucked into the consumerism of current day in social media, I encourage you to look into your makeup collection and have some fun and try products that maybe you push to the back of the drawer, or maybe you tried once or twice and it didn't work for you, and sometimes trying them a third time, you're like, oh, I actually do like this. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, if you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. I would truly appreciate it. And thank you guys for all the love and support. And I hope spring and summer are right around the corner for you. I'll see you soon. Bye!